Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you some very simple, easy, beginner DIY friendly DIYs for Christmas and for winter. I mostly decorate my home for winter because that way when Christmas is over I can still enjoy my winter decor without having to take things down. So with that in mind, that's what we'll be focusing on today. I did go thrifting a while back and I picked up some beautiful pieces that I want to incorporate in my winter decor, but they need a little bit of help, okay? So find some items around your house that need a little bit of help, that need to be brought back to life, and let's go ahead and get started. For this first project, we'll be creating a winter canvas. So I had this canvas on hand. I've used it for many years. It is time for something else. So I'll be using some Mod Podge to use as glue. So you could use this as glue, you can use it as a finishing on top of your canvases, but I will be doing this here, fully saturating this canvas in Mod Podge. And then I went over on Etsy and got this beautiful little print. It was $2. It looks like it was printed. And if you want to stop here, that is great. It already looks so beautiful with the frame that I've already had, but I do want to create and make it look as if this painting was painted. So you can see it's pretty smooth right now. So the quickest and easiest thing to do is to go ahead with the Mod Podge again over this canvas and create little brush strokes. So, you know, with the clouds, the sky up there are pretty white, there's not much to it. So I'll just be going in a crisscross motion, creating some beautiful texture. And on the trees, I will be going with the way the branches are going. That way, when this Mod Podge dries, it'll look as if my painting was hand painted. At first, I thought that this Mod Podge is changing the color of my trees. For some reason, they started looking blue, which I got kind of scared, but no worries. As long as your print is dry, Mod Podge will dry clear. The second easy DIY is to grab a wreath that you've already had that needs a little bit of updating. So I had this wreath, I bought it a couple years back from Hobby Lobby, and I recently picked up these bells also from Hobby Lobby, but I was not loving the color of these bells. They were a little bit too yellow for me. So first thing I'm going to do is cut off this twine or this ribbon, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's doing these bells any favors. I will be adding my own beautiful little ribbon on it after I spray paint these bells. And of course, I'm going in with my most favorite goldy bronzy spray paint of all times, and I'm gonna give these bells some spray painting. That way they don't look as yellow. The bells are dry and they're looking gorgeous. I love the spray paint. I recommend it 1000%. But now that the bells are ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and flip up my little wreath. You guys, this is so important. You know, our decorations have been in storage for months and months. It is time to bring them back to life. So once this wreath is back to life, I will be grabbing this beautiful green, sage green velvet ribbon, and I'll be looping my bells through this ribbon, and I will be hanging off my bells off of this wreath. And I think this is such a great way to update your wreaths. This is a very simple way to do it. Anybody can do it. So all I'm doing is putting my 3 little bells through this ribbon. I will be securing it with some hot glue so that the ribbon doesn't slide left and right. And you can leave it as is, but I decided to add another big bow on top just to finish off the look. before I go any further, I would like to thank Ollny for sponsoring today's video. This is my girls' room. They have some beautiful sheer curtains here, and I want to go ahead and hang up some twinkle lights for the holiday season. And Ollny is a brand that specializes in indoor and outdoor lighting. So if you are in need of some beautiful lights for your outdoors or indoors, Ollny has you covered. I actually have used Ollny before, which is so funny. I love to support brands that I've already used before, but it comes with a remote control right here. It has a timer. It has 8 different options of lights. You have a dimmer, which I love so much. It can create such a cozy atmosphere in your room, in your home. But let's go ahead, open up these lights and get them on the walls. So all you need for these lights is this little port that you charge your phone with, and you just plug it in into the port and your lights are on and they are ready to go. So it literally looks like a string of lights. You turn them on, you can choose what option you like. You can make the lights seem as if the snow is falling. You can have them turn on and off. Like, there's so many options. It's so much fun to play with. Let me just say, my girls have been really enjoying putting on different settings on these lights. But I'll be using some push pins to attach these lights onto the windows. If you don't want to make holes, you can use command strips, whatever your heart desires, but these are honestly so small you can barely see the holes. But this string of lights is extremely long, so if you have a big sliding door or something like that to go on your balcony, this is perfect. But since this is my kids' room, they do have quite a smaller window here, so I was able to loop this string of lights twice, which is so great because I got this full look and I am loving it. It makes the room look so magical and so beautiful. But this is what it looks like before you let the lights down, and I would suggest you hang these up first before you let the lights loose, otherwise things are gonna get a little bit messy. I will leave a link to the lights that I'm using here down below, as well as to Ollny's website where you can choose any color of light for your outdoor and indoor needs. These are really such a great way to bring some coziness and some magic into your home. And what's even magical is they look even better at night. They look good in the day, but even better at night. So if you guys are interested, make sure to check out the description box for all of your links. And again, I would like to thank Ollny for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Alright, we are back for another DIY. This was a thrifted lamp that I picked up not too long ago for $1.99. What a score. I will be removing the sticker. I'm going to wipe down this lamp to make sure it is good to go. And since this lamp does not have any texture whatsoever, I'm going to take some sandpaper or a sanding block and I'm going to sand this lamp down. So if your item, like your vase or your lamp or whatever you're doing, already has texture, you can go ahead and skip this step. But since mine does not have any texture, I want to go ahead and rough it up. That way my spray paint sticks to this lamp. And of course, before I go in and spray paint, I want to go ahead and tape all of the important things up. The lamp is now dry, and wow, this color is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. One of my favorites now for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead, take all of the tape off, and then I'm coming in with 2 colors of paints. I'm using the Territorial Beige and the Warm Buff, and I'm taking a damp paper towel and I am dipping my paper towel into the paints and I am just going at it. There is honestly no way to mess up. This is such a forgiving technique. I have used this for years and years, this technique, and it's just forgiving. If you have too much paint, you can kind of water it down. It's amazing. So grab your favorite paints and go to town. This is really fun. It's such a fun way to create a really custom piece for your home. You can really customize it with the colors. You can customize it with literally anything. I love using a paper towel because I love the kind of detail and the texture it gives me, and you just cannot go wrong with this technique. I came across some more frames that were just kind of hanging around. I used to love, like displaying florals and whatnot, but I'm not into that anymore. But let me tell you, the frames are beautiful. I don't want to throw it away or give it to Goodwill or anything like that. So I went ahead and printed some pictures. Now, these pictures are more like photograph versus the first one we did where it looked like a vintage painting, but we're gonna do a similar DIY. But for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and Mod Podge this entire canvas. So not just the picture like we did in the beginning, since I don't want my pictures to lift since they're not covering the entire canvas. But I will be repeating the same process I have done in the beginning. I want to make sure and smooth it out, that way there is no bubbles. And here again, I am creating the texture of the skies. Like I said before, I'm going even over the picture to make sure my little print doesn't lift up. And of course, I am now creating more texture for the evergreens, for the pine trees, because during certain lighting, like if you turn your canvas a certain way, you'll be able to see these brush strokes, and it just makes the canvas look that much more special. So if you guys have some old canvases or picture frames laying around that you don't know what to do, go ahead and print yourself some pictures. Like, this could be so universal for every season. Just change out the pictures as seasons change, and it's such a great way to customize and bring some uniqueness into your home. This next DIY is very simple. Grab something you don't like the color of, grab some spray paint and spray paint it. It's as easy as that. This tree was a little too black for me, so I went ahead and lightly spray painted it just to lighten it up a little bit and give it the effect of some snow. The easiest thing ever. I have had these pine cones for over 9 years now, and I've actually originally bought them from the dollar store to decorate my tree with 9 years ago, and I still love them. I just don't like the, sparkly grayish color. So I'm going to use that same spray paint, lightly go ahead and spray it over these pine cones just to give them a little bit more color and to slightly get rid of the sparkle, because I don't know, I'm not really into sparkle nowadays, but I'm using the same two colors I've been using throughout these DIYs, and I'm painting over this pine cone first with the lightest color, and then I'll be going in with the territorial beige and going over the lighter colors, and this just adds some warmth to these pine cones. I don't want to go and repurchase things I really don't need. I really do love these pine cones. It's just the color needed a little bit of updating. So I encourage you guys to find something in your home that you're not loving anymore and bring it back to life with a can of spray paint or some anything, add a ribbon, do anything, and it'll make your items look brand new. The last item we will be DIYing is this beautiful thrifted jug with the coupon and everything. I thrifted it for 89 cents. Woohoo for me, we love that. I'll be taking it outside and adding that texturizing spray paint over the vase. And let me tell you, I didn't have enough, but that's okay because we will be painting over it. and it was just enough to kind of give me some texture. I will say though that I feel like it is still better to use some baking soda in your paint. So I took the blackest black I could ever find, and I am taking this vase to town. I'm taking it with the black, and then I'll be using the same techniques I have used with the lamp, where I take a damp napkin and I blotch some different colors on this vase. So I'm not gonna go into details again because I don't want to repeat myself, but look at that texture. That spray paint really gave me the texture I needed, so no worries that it didn't cover the whole vase. It was still really beautiful, but these are the 3 colors I'll be using, and I'm just gonna take this and blotch it all over just like I did with the lamp. Alright you guys, so that was it for today's video. As you saw, the DIYs were so friendly. Your dog, your cat, your child can do it. No, but really, the point is to keep things simple. I find that when DIYs are hard and complicated, it just lacks the motivation, it lacks all the things that we need. But let me just say that this vase right here was probably my favorite DIY. It turned out so beautiful. Pick some 3 colors, slap them on here, you cannot go wrong. I've used this technique for so many years, and it truly looks like a piece of art, work of art. And that's the thing about DIYing. You can make things so customizable and personal for your home, like nobody's gonna have it, which is very unique and awesome, because nowadays it seems like all of our homes look the same because we like the same things, which is totally okay. But with that being said, I hope you guys are able to find some things you are able to upcycle, bring back to life, and enjoy them a little bit longer. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.